Hey yo, Tavern Terra, welcome back to the show. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Click that bell button somewhere on this page. Is somewhere probably right here or right here. Wherever David decides to put it, that's where it is. But make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend that tells a friend, you know what I mean? And we're going to get it popping. Let's get into the show. You feel me? Let's go.
Yeah. Good looking out, Dave. Yeah. Ha, it's Flav, you heard? Flav. Check it, I had to get what I earned. It's my turn. Welcome to the show. It's Trenton's Tavern. Yeah. Ha, that's how we doing it. Welcome to the show, y'all. Enjoy.
We always get into it before the show starts so that the mood is set once we get the show going.
We're going to do just the bro show once we talk about just random shit.
So welcome back to the show, YouTube. You know what it is. It's Trenton's Tavern. I go by the name of Mr. Parks. I'm with my guy.
Red in the building.
Red in the building. That's his name is not Red in the building, but his name is Red. And
it's red. It's red in the building.
That's new to me. But
that's what it is today.
Anyways, thank you guys for coming back to the. I want to get to 500. Yes, sir. I want to get to 500 before my birthday or right on my birthday. So you guys know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share with somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody else. You feel me? And we'll end up getting there. You know what I mean? But thank you for all of the support thus far. Was my idea, and it was something that I thought about because, as everybody knows, yeah, if you don't know, just go look up Kevin Samuels and go look up Kevin Samuels, and you'll see multiple compilations on this dude. You can watch his show and all of this other stuff. But to make a long story less long, Kevin Samuels is basically what is he, a life advisor or a relationship advisor?
I don't know what the fuck he's a self-appointed.
I don't know what he is. And I heard that he used to be like he used to try to get clientele for whatever he was doing. Because I think he used to do the same thing back then, but he used to like stand out in front of the Hermes and Gucci store and trying to get clients. He used to be there all the time, like trying to get rich people to invest in his business or whatever.
He can get away with doing this shit on the internet because some of the shit he say he can get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, for real. So if you don't know who he is, go look him up, and just all you got to do is watch 5 minutes of his compilation, and you'll see why his name is out there the way it is. But anyways, I was listening to one of the clips of his shows, and it was like let's say like a 43-year-old. She is 43 or 45, somewhere in between there. Black chick. Actually, she might have been like Somali or something. She was beautiful, single, not married, and she has twins. They're 14 years old. So today's conversation topic of the day is gonna be. We're gonna call this episode "Baggage Claim," because what he was saying to her is, it's like, yeah, you have a few options. So she was black, like 45, whatever. She had a set of twins, and then I think she said she makes between $100,000 and $140,000 a year, right? And she was mad pretty. So he was like, as far as the physical attraction and stuff, like you got all of that, but when it comes down to you being picky about what you want, your pick of the litter is slim because you come with so much baggage.
Right.
And she was like, well, what's the baggage? He's like, well, you've been married before. You're 45, you're gorgeous, but your baggage is your kids. And he's like, I don't want to say that to be insulting, but you don't really, like, that means that you're run down goods. You know what I mean? Like, he said that to her. He's like, even though you're pretty as you can be, like, you can go sleep with any man that you want to sleep with today. But when it comes to the point of a husband, you're not going to be able to be picky, and you may have to settle for what they call average, which is a man making, $40,000 to $70,000 a year. And he's not bringing that to the table. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that because I'm not doing that because I make almost $140,000 a year, and if you can't at least bring that to the table and match, we don't have nothing to talk about. And then that's when he just was like, he's like, psst, like this. See, this is the problem that I have with you, pretty women. You know what I mean? Like y'all just think because y'all bring this money. He said there's a difference in a woman making that type of money and a guy making that type of money, a man making that type of money. And the difference is, even if y'all wasn't rich, y'all would be able to sleep with whoever y'all wanted to, especially you because you're one of the prettier ones, even in older age. You know what I mean? Like, so boom, you would be able to sleep. But when a guy, when a guy makes that type of money, his standards become different than women, more different than women. Like if you're gonna be a stay-at-home mom, he's not gonna want to come home to a dirty house. Food is gonna have to be on the table. You're gonna have to stay in shape. You're gonna have to do all of this, blah. And some of that stuff he be spewing is just off the hook. Like I think it's just mad outlandish. But some of the stuff he be saying is absolutely 100% true. Well, I can't say 100%, but it's true. If you want to go off statistics and whatnot. So I wanted to talk about the baggage claim thing because one, I wanted to know, like, would you consider, whether you're trying to be, whether you're being nice about it or not, would you consider her being married once and having kids, getting divorced, and then she has main custody of the kids? Is that considered baggage? And I'm only asking that, hold on, before you answer, I'm only asking that because to me, baggage, that's just a part of life. Baggage to me, like if you're holding on to what your ex-boyfriend did to you, you know what I mean? Like how people treated you in the past, you know what I mean? Like how closed in you stay and all. To me, that's the type of baggage if I'm saying that somebody came into the relationship with a bunch of baggage, that's what I'm talking about. As far as the kids and her being divorced and whatnot, I don't know if I would consider that baggage. Like, would you, like I said, with saying that to her, would you consider that like some form of baggage, or is that just something that comes along with the territory?
I don't consider kids baggage.
Right.
Baggage itself can be subjective, because what you might consider baggage, another person might.
Right.
Like what he was saying to that girl, for whatever reason, he wants to consider kids as baggage. I'm on your mindset to where if somebody, I have kids, well, you don't have it. I have kids.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to ask you when it came to that.
I don't.
Like, if a woman said that
to
you,
I don't consider it baggage. I just consider it like if you're really going to approach and pursue this woman, you have to accept the fact that she's got these 2 kids, however many kids she had, these 2 kids, 3 kids.
I think she had twins or something.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be a package deal. You have to be willing to embrace that.
Right.
I don't consider that baggage. When I think of baggage, I think of people that have like literally like been through some shit or had some fucked up shit done to them, or maybe the shit they had done to them ain't even that bad. Just for whatever reason, they can't let the shit go. Right. It's like that Erykah Badu song, that bag lady shit. You carrying too much shit. You have to learn. You got to learn to let go of some stuff. So right. I don't consider. And to me, it doesn't matter how many kids you got. I don't consider that. The kid part to me ain't baggage. Now some of the other shit, depending on what happened, because it could have been. She might not have no baggage. It might have been an easy divorce. They could have just been 2 people who it happens. Some people grow apart, you fall out of love. Shit happens. And maybe they just got tired of each other.
Does that really happen? That's a whole nother question too. That's a whole nother question. But does that really happen?
I don't even think it has to be marriage. I think in any long-term relationship, shit goes in cycles. You're going to have your periods to when you're happy and over the moon. You're going to have a couple rough patches where there's going to be days you're going to wake up and look at that motherfucker. I can't stand this.
Okay, no, listen. All of that's cool. That's cool.
But can you grow up? Yeah, you can grow apart from somebody.
But what about the people that's been together for 30 plus years, Red, and then they just wake up one day and they just like, I'm not in love no more.
That is not something.
That's not realistic.
Well, no, that wasn't what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
That's not something that happens
often.
Oh, well, no.
It happens often.
Are you gonna keep trying to guess, or you gonna let me get my point?
What
I was gonna say is, I think in a situation,
yes, like we had chemistry.
No, we do, but it's
That's
just wrong
crazy.
right now. But it's when you've been with somebody that long, that's not something that happens overnight.
Right.
There's been shit that either you didn't discuss, she didn't discuss with you, you buried it, never brought it up or whatever, and that builds. And it's like the more that builds, it changes how you do shit. And you start looking at things differently because you have refused to address the situation that's right in front of your face. Mm-hmm. So because you've done that, you've already like closed this part off. Mm-hmm. And so because you've closed a certain part off, it interacts with how you deal with everything else. And then you finally get to a point to where it's like, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you hate a person or anything. It's just like, right, we ain't there no more.
Right.
Now, I agree with you in the terms of, it's not natural in the terms of, yeah, I just woke up Friday morning and was like, all right, fuck you, I'm done. I want to go be a hoe. But I disagree with you in the terms of that when you've been together that long and something like that happens, that's been building over time. Either she didn't recognize it or you didn't recognize it. Yeah. And even if y'all did, y'all refused to talk about it to try and fix it, whatever. Something like that builds.
You're
not just waking up being with somebody that long and just be like, all right, fucking, I'm done.
I guess in some way, shape, or form, we all have it. You know what I mean? Like nobody lives in a perfect world. Some might be a little bit less than others. You know what I mean? They didn't have to go through the same thing or as much hard time as others, but you know, some type of baggage somewhere. Okay.
But I find it funny the other thing that she said.
Who's that?
This person you were talking about.
Oh yeah,
like the money thing. I don't get how we got to a place to where. First of all, let me clarify this before I make some people mad. She has a right to feel that way. If you want your person making a certain amount, that is absolutely your motherfucking right.
Right.
I'm not knocking that. I find it. I just find it funny when people like you close yourself off from meeting certain people just because you feel they don't make enough. I've never understood that, and maybe it's because I'm a man. I'm different. Like
that was
and because like the only thing I really look for, because I look at it, I don't make enough money for nobody to be a housewife. So
it's hard to, right?
Well, my only criteria is anybody I pursue. I got a job. You need to have a job because you're not gonna be sitting at home getting on my nerves all day.
It's hard.
You ain't got nothing to do.
It's hard to make.
It's hard depending on what you make, but I just find it funny when people that do that, like the post I put up a couple weeks ago. You saw it where it's like I've seen some women say they want a man who's going to do this, and this, and he's got to do this, and that. First of all, you can't do that yourself, and the only thing you bringing into this relationship is another nigga's kids. Why do I have to check off this list?
Okay, but see,
I'm just saying though.
Okay, I know what you're saying.
I don't understand how, but we've gotten to that point.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying about when he started going in, and he was like, okay, it's cool, you know what I mean? You 40 whatever years old, mad pretty, you know what I mean? Like you make this X amount of dollars. Yes, that's a catch for a man. But for a man catching that same thing, like that, for a man making that same amount or a little bit more than you, his standards, he's gonna overlook you if y'all matching. You know what I mean? Like, cause his standards is completely different. And then you said, all you bringing, well, you was talking about the housewife or whatever. Because this chick makes money. She makes her own money.
What I'm saying is, okay. I get what he was trying to say in making that comment because, First of all, it's a given. Women fuck who they want. Men fuck who they can.
Mm-hmm.
So it don't matter what she makes. It really does.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, it does. So her 140 to me is irrelevant.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if you're a woman, if you still living with your parents, with your 2 or 3 kids, and then you got the audacity to be like, well, if he don't have this type of, it's like, wait a minute, you don't have this shit yourself. How you going to demand somebody else to have it? When you like case the lady making 140 grand, if she wants to demand it, I got no problem with it because this is what she brought.
Right. Okay.
But if you somebody, if you can't do what you're demanding, and literally all you bring into the relationship is pussy and another nigga's kids, you need to check yourself.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with men. You can't be demanding shit from a woman that you can't demand nothing. You shouldn't be demanding of anything that you can't. That'd be like me saying I want a chick that makes 6 figures and yada yada. When I look like, I don't make 6 figures. How am I gonna look and be like, this is what you need to do for me to even want to deal with it? Like that's dumb to me. So
this is what I was getting at the first time that you just repeated that. So with the chick that's making 140 grand, her going after a dude or wanting her standards or whatever, him to make the same. It's okay because she's got the same thing, right? And you said that you wouldn't say that the kids was baggage. For the chick that's, struggling, like you just said, living in the basement, living in her mom's with her 2 kids, whatever. You said all you bringing is pussy and your kids. Another nigga's kids. So now that shorty don't make that type of money and she's demanding more, her kids become baggage in that sense?
No.
Because that's what it sounds like.
No. What I'm saying is, I don't consider kids baggage under no shape or form. I am simply talking about if you're going to choose to have a preference, or if you're going to choose to have certain boxes that a person has to check, those same boxes that you want a person to check, you need to be able to check them yourself. If you can't, to me, you need to reevaluate some shit. I'm just being honest. You can't demand a motherfucker have a job. You can't demand for a motherfucker to have a job in a house and you chilling with food stamps living in grandma's basement. Like, that's not like the fact I even got my own, even if it's a shitty apartment, that's already an upgrade for you. Bitch, you don't even have an apartment. You don't have anything.
Yeah, no, that's a
fact.
That's a fact.
All I'm saying is, when it comes to certain shit on your checklist, whatever you're asking somebody to give, you need to make sure you need. I ain't saying it's got to be 100% match.
Yeah. But
you need to be real close, because like seriously, like you can't. That just ain't fair. That's just not how to do shit.
Yeah, it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all.
It's just like, if a girl, or it's just like if a guy, if he riding the bus, and, he meet a girl, the first thing he say, well, she gotta have a car. Nigga, you ain't got a car.
Yeah.
How you gonna demand somebody to have something you don't have?
That's bogus too, to even.
But that's why I'm saying it's like,
that makes sense.
All you bringing to me is another nigga's kids. I'm bringing this, that, and the other. What the fuck you bringing?
Okay.
That's not. But that I don't consider the kids.
You don't consider the kids baggage at all. See, I think honestly, and thinking about like, okay, you got your apprehendable dudes, you know what I mean? They still know how to be gentlemen or whatever the case. But then you got these niggas out here that they don't care at all about life, females, whatever. So for, like you said, dudes to be making that type of good. Mm-hmm. Dudes to be making that type of request, and they not bringing the same thing to the table. Like, I can see somebody that don't make 140,000, like a man, to say that them kids is baggage. Like, I think your mindset changes when the money is different too.
I don't.
You don't think so?
Because and
I'm not saying about us. I'm just saying. I guess most cases.
I get your point.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm just speaking for me. Like I said, I don't care what a person makes. I've always been the type of person like, you know, we're gonna do whatever it is we're gonna do. And if we're gonna try to make this something, I'm bringing mine, you bringing yours. We put this shit together and build from that. So that's always been my mindset. I've never, when it comes to money, I've never, because I've dated some women who really thinking like that, and I've dated some that are check to check like the rest of the world. Like, I mean, so it's
okay.
never.
Let me ask you this: so, would your standards change if you was making $140,000 a year? As far your not preferences, but would your standards change
For what I look for
in a woman, like wife, like you looking for a wife? It wouldn't change at all.
No, because at the end of the day, I don't care how much money you have or don't have.
Money changes stuff.
No, this goes for men. You like what you like. Just case in point. Let's say, like, if you got a thing for ratchet, then all of a sudden you become a millionaire.
You can't deal with ratchet no more. Let me explain. Let me explain to you.
Go ahead, explain.
Let me tell you how money changes things, right?
I didn't say it didn't.
Well, let me tell you what we talking about. It changes standards. And I'm going to tell you why. Just like you said, if I wanted to bone somebody in this building right now, you know what I mean? She's not giving me the time of day for whatever reason. I hit the Powerball tomorrow. And then boom, here she go, knocking at my door. But you know what the difference is? Yeah, I still may like her, like if she came around and I was like, oh, you didn't want me when I was broke, blah, blah, blah. I'm either going to point out what it is, or when she comes to my door, I'm not going to be here no more. You know why? Because I'm going to be living in a house somewhere else, right? Which means I'll probably never ever see this chick no more, because from the places I can be right now is different than the places she can be. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have different type of, when you make different type of money, you can be in different type of places. That's why
if you choose to be.
If you choose to be.
That's all I'm saying. It's still a choice. You don't have, you're the way you're, I'm not saying this is what you mean, but the way you're saying it, you act as if you have to do X, Y, and Z. It's still a choice.
You do have to, because of your money situation.
No, you don't. You get the money. If anything, the money empowers you to really do what the fuck ever. Case in point, if you living in the hood, you win the Powerball. Now, the average person, they're gonna move out the hood because you got some money now. There is that one motherfucker who they didn't live this place their whole life. It's like, I don't want to live here. I might go ahead and just fix this piece of shit up I got. But I'm not going nowhere. It's still a choice. There's no rule that says if I win this, all of a sudden I got to move to Polaris.
No, you don't. Worthington. You don't.
But that's the way you're saying it. No, like, listen, you have to do it.
No, listen. This is what you kind of do. And this, if you just let me talk, let me talk. Right? I'm saying you kind of do, because once you start getting up there, like if you, okay, let's just say you hit the Powerball, whatever, you won $10 million, whatever the case may be. You can't really associate with the people, maybe sometimes not even your family. You can't even associate with those type of women that you were accustomed to, just for the simple fact that they can't even talk your same language when it comes to whatever you're dealing with now. Taxes, whatever, right? So you're going to have to begin to surround yourself around people that's making the same money, where your money is not, you know what I mean? Your money is not, it don't mean nothing to them people because they got the same amount or more, is what I'm saying. You have to move different when you got money, because as we can see now, coming off the pandemic, it's all types of shootings and robberies and all types of stuff because people starving. So if you dumb yourself down, you know what I mean? Like, just like when they was saying, when Tekashi first got out, then he started trolling Meek, right? Like, he's outside of the club and everything, and they all like, Meek is going, he's doing the justice reform and all of that other stuff. Like, he's friends with Robert Kraft, Jay-Z, all of these niggas. He shouldn't even be nowhere where 6ix9ine can even get in or be around him to troll, because it's a different type of money. Like, you surround yourself with different type of people depending on your salary. It's just that true. I mean, it's just, that's what it, you know what I mean? That's why celebrities can't just go anywhere. or athletes or stars or whatever the case may be. They can't just be random people in the hood, because every time they random people in the hood, they getting robbed or they getting shot or whatever the case may be. So you got to change your whole lifestyle when you start making a certain type of money, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
Because if you don't, like, you damn near, you out there with the wolves. Like, I mean, you're going to be out there anyways, but as somebody that can afford security or whatever, you may be a little bit better off. You're not going to be a millionaire living in the hood, dog. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have to get out of the hood. You have to. Because they're going to keep targeting you. Friends, family, whatever the case may be. That's all I'm saying. Your money changes. But there's two different... Your money changes things, and there's just two different types of, like... I think women and men think differently when they making the same amount of money. I think when women's standards go up and men's standards... I mean, they don't... men are going to be men regardless, but like you said, men don't care about women that's making 140 if they making 140. Like, it's just two different mindsets. But a woman will be like, you know what I mean, well, I want my husband to make the same and at least bring this to the table, blah blah blah. And I just don't think men think like that when they making that much money. Like, to me, I don't know. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, to a degree.
I never said I didn't understand. The problem I had was with the way you saying it. I agree with your premise that you should maybe do certain things. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it is still a choice. You can recommend maybe you should do this, that, and the other, but to say somebody has to, because at the end of the day, you don't have a right to tell somebody what they should do. You can say what looks smart, just like the incident with Meek Mill and Tekashi in that parking garage. They're going to run into each other for the simple fact they're in the same industry. There's no way to avoid it.
Right.
It's not like Meek is a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, Meek should move a little different. Yada yada. They're both in the same industry. Tekashi got hot for being a troll. That's what made his ass famous. They're going to run into each other. It's just it's going to happen. So that's what I feel kind of like fucks with that premise. Even though I agree with what you said, yeah, he shouldn't be over. Now it'd be different, yeah, like if Tekashi's performing at fucking, I don't know, Scully's. Meek Mill don't have to perform at Scully's. Okay, yeah, he don't need to be at Scully's. But if they're at an industry party being held out at Easton, let's say, there's a chance, because they're in the same industry, and you invite the artist to come as your thing, you know, there's a chance they're going to bump into each other.
Thank you for calling.
That's all I'm saying. But I agree, yeah, there are some things, when you get to a certain place, yeah, you should look at, but I think it also depends on who the person is. There's no rule that says you have to. The way you're saying it, you're making it seem as, once you get this, you have to do this, that, and the other. Even if it's smart. I'm not saying it's not smart, but you have no right to tell a person,
okay, well,
how they should do something. That's why I gave I know somebody.
Okay, why would you not though?
It depends on the person. Some people, when they get used, some people just get comfortable in certain shit. And if you're okay with dealing with certain things, that money is not going to change how you think. It'll make you better equipped to deal with certain shit, maybe to upgrade certain shit in the surrounding you want to be in. But if a motherfucker's comfortable there, like, think about it. I mean, I know some people who especially been in the streets, and I mean, made some real, I'm not gonna say no money, but made some real money. One dude in particular, and he's one of them fairy tale stories. He made a certain amount and he pretty much got out unscathed. The most he ever did in jail was, I think, 3 years. Still got all his money. Nigga, till this day. still lives in the same motherfucking house where it started. Now, did he take some of his money and upgrade his house a little bit? Yeah, he did that. He's still in the hood. People don't fuck with him. But just as easy as you can, just as
easy, gotta be
easy.
solidified down there.
But just that you can. But that's my point. Because just as easy as you can get robbed in the, people get robbed at these other places too. We just don't hear about it because there's more money out there to cover shit up. They get robbed out there too.
No, we hear about certain celebrities, but we don't hear nobody robbing Jay-Z. We don't hear nobody robbing DJ Khaled, Nas, Dr. Dre. They did get Dre house, didn't they?
They got Dr. Dre. You got DJ Khaled suing people because he ain't get paid. There's other ways to get robbed other than the traditional gun in your face break. So I'm just saying,
especially in that,
you can get robbed. It don't matter where the fuck you at. I don't care if you in Columbus, Ohio, and fucking Hollywood, nigga. You can get robbed anywhere. That's all I'm saying. No, I agree with you. Yeah, when you get to a certain amount, it would behoove you maybe to look at certain things and maybe move a little different. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you not? Is my question.
Because some people are comfortable where they are, and that's just the reality. Regardless whether you agree with it, I agree with it, society, whatever. We ain't the one who gotta live it.
Yeah.
But if that's what you like, then that's what you like.
Yeah, and I'm not downing nobody for what they like. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I guess that just,
I agree with, but no, I agree.
with
I agree with your premise. If you get to a certain spot, you're right. Yeah, you should move differently. Look at how you do certain things. This, that, and the other.
Makes sense, man.
I never said it didn't make sense, but at the end of the day, like we can't demand that for a person. Because then 9 times out of 10, the more you demand a person to do something, they gonna buck against you automatically just because you saying they got to do it. So I really think it's like a case by case thing. Like, yeah, some people they gonna come into some money, they gonna drastically change their life.
I ain't gonna hold
I'm one of them ignorant people. I could probably win the lotto tomorrow. My dumb ass still going to work.
Nah.
I might take a couple months off, do some FMLA, but I'm still,
I'm not going to work.
I probably still would.
Nope.
Or I do my own thing. I get my own business, but I'm gonna have a job. I'm gonna do something. Or if I'm at a job that I love and I got that money, I mean, that might make the job a little easier for me. Make my call offs a little more simple. We can't get you no vacation. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm good. Just know I ain't gonna be here next week. I'm good. I'm going to Mexico.
That's a fact.
I'm going to Paris somewhere. I'll be back in 2 weeks. That's what I said. So okay. So when I think baggage, when we use it in the term we're trying to use it for here, I think more like mental holdups.
That's what I said.
If you was with this abusive motherfucker, or
that's what.
Somebody who was a gambling addict, alcoholic, maybe you were sexually abused,
and then when she got with you, that caused issues because of that.
From a mental standpoint.
Yeah, from a mental standpoint, like she could only let herself go so far mentally because
she's stuck on some
whatever. Yeah, she went through. That's the type of baggage.
So when I hear baggage, that's how I think of it.
All right. I think that's all I had to talk about for that baggage claim.
This was way too short.
Yeah, it was short.
That was it? Really?
That's all I had for that. I just wanted to get your thoughts on. That's it. I just wanted to get your thoughts on this nigga, man. Red is getting out of control. Nah, he's getting out of control. This dude, like, starting to catch a little bit of fame and then don't know how to act.
No, I ain't catching no fame. Are you serious right now?
Nah, but
I hate you.
All right, that's all I had on baggage claim.
No, this is still a baggage claim.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I think Red has a question or something that he wants to ask.
It's about what we were just talking about.
Let's see what he got. Take it over, Red.
I hate you. In terms of baggage.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2-part question. I'm gonna ask both parts so you can answer. Can baggage kill? a real friendship? And if so, when do you get to that point to where you look at that friend and be like, I can't fuck with you no more?
Oh, that's deep. This is just friends. It's not relationship.
Like, no, I'm talking about like your real, like a real friend. Like example, like somebody like me or Janine, or like a real motherfucking friend.
Okay, so the first question was, what was the first question?
Can baggage kill a friendship with one of your day ones?
Okay, let me answer that first.
Okay.
So again, I'm gonna say yes. The reason I'm gonna say yes is because, okay, we're not speaking about relationships at the moment, but even with a friendship, right? You build a friendship kind of the same way that you build a relationship. You just don't have to be as intimate, right? With a friend. So I'm going to say yes, it can kill a friendship because it's the same thing as being in a relationship. Like, depending on what type of people that this friend, like, let's just say it's you. Depending on what type of people you allowed in your life as past friends and how they screwed you over. You know what I mean? Because again, when we talk about baggage, we thinking emotionally or whatever, right? Like, that's the type of stuff it's baggage to me is not allowing a person to mature emotionally or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just something holding you back that you just can't take that next step of maturity or whatever the case in your mind, or, you know what I mean, whatever, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever the case may be. That's what I think about when I think about baggage. So if you've been around people that did nothing but tear you down, but they lifted you up just enough for you to be like, oh, they just joking around, like those are my friends, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever the case may be, like all of your friends did you wrong, you know what I mean? Then you meet me and I'm actually a pure friend, but you and our relationship we can't become basically family as friends because of the people that you allowed yourself to be around and treat you the way that you are. You change as a person. Like, and you don't know how to allow me to be that real friend because you've always surrounded yourself with this type of person. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe the people around you was all yes men. You know what I mean? Like, just tell whatever you did, you could never do no wrong, instead of keeping it real, like, nigga, nah, you effed up. You know what I mean? Like, them type of people. Then you get with me when I'm actually a genuine friend. And you meet me, we're cool to a certain extent, but we can't move no closer because you don't like when I correct you. Like, it's the baggage that you've kept on because you wanted to fit in, or, you know what I mean, like, you had nothing but yes men around you, whatever the case may be. Like, that's emotional baggage. Like, that's mental baggage. So basically, if you're not free from any friendship that was negative on your life or any relationship, and you never got closure or got over that situation, learned how to live with it, whatever, basically you're never gonna have friends. Like who are you gonna allow to be in your space? Because you're gonna go only so far and then boom, hit a brick wall every time. But anyways, I'm saying all of that to say that I do feel like the baggage that you carry from other friendships and sometimes relationships, like you cannot trust people because you cannot have friends, right? It could be a bum ass nigga that don't have no friends, but he had a girlfriend that he put all his trust, his faith, and everything else into, and she ended up doing that nigga to the utmost of dirty. You know what I mean? Now he can't even have friendships because he look at friendships in a sense like relationships. You know what I mean? Like, he don't trust no chick in a relationship, so he don't know how to trust nobody in a friendship. Because a relationship is way more intimate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I believe that you can. I believe that from past friendships and relationships, it can hinder your present friendships. Absolutely. Or you kind of already said it.
Well, you didn't answer the second part.
Oh, what was the second part?
I want to hear. I'll answer the first part too, and then we go to the second part.
What was the second part?
When do you, if it does, when do you get to a point to when you just done?
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
The first part, yeah, I agree with everything. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, it's just gonna get to a point to where it's like there's no involvement, there's no trust. Like you said, it's gonna get stale. And you're gonna start looking at like when you get that, you're gonna start looking at it like when you get that text, when you get that phone call.
Yes,
Instead
right.
of saying what's up.
Oh my God.
You're gonna be like, what this nigga want now? Like
you just took that right up. No
so,
more. You just took the words right out of my mouth.
Like
word in my mom, you did.
You're gonna get to a point to where it's just like I don't even want to talk to this motherfucker today. I don't want to talk to this motherfucker this week.
Okay, so
like at all.
Okay, so you answered the first. Now I'm gonna say you've answered the second part for me. The point where you get to a friendship and you just like, dog, we've been friends for 10 years and we've been the exact same friends. The relationship hasn't gotten any better, it hasn't gotten any worse, but
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but no, go ahead.
It's not a bad thing.
Because it's not like a relationship where you're supposed to evolve. Because that's a different type of thing.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but this is just like what I was saying before with the money. When you make a different type of money, when you're mentally on a different level than your friends, it makes it hard for you to remain friends because it's just like this sense of
even if it's a day one,
and
I'm not talking about a motherfucker like you met when you were. I'm talking about like a sandbox motherfucker. Like I said, day one.
Listen, this is the problem, right? Because even if it's a day one,
like look at LeBron and his friends, them four dudes.
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, listen. I'm saying even if it's a day one, because if your mindset is 10 levels above your friends or whatever, and then y'all's relationship has been the same, you've now moved from level 10 to level 20, right? So the way that you handle situations going forward, everything that your whole life is going to change when you change emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Your whole life is different. You look at life completely different. So if you and him was A1 from day one and y'all was on level 10 all of this time, and then you get some type of epiphany or whatever, you start like acting different, you go from a level 10 to level 20. Now the things that he wants to do, it's now going to become a liability for you because you're thinking of a master plan the whole time. He just moving the way that y'all know is best to move.
Okay.
So he becomes a liability because it's just like, I mean, damn, I don't know a good example, but I would say it's something like, yo, I need this money for I need some money because I got to get diapers for my kids or whatever, right? So he like, man, I don't know how else I'm going to get it. On level 10, y'all both would be like, I mean, we got to do what we got to do, whether that's hitting the lick, robbing a bank, blah, blah, blah. We just got to get this money. When you go up to level 20, you now like, nigga, you got stuff in your house that you're not using. Like, why don't you sell that and get the money? You see what I'm saying? Like, it could possibly come to the person that hasn't mentally matured or emotionally, whatever the case may be. It could come to a point where they're becoming a liability because they just not where you are mentally. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that you have to stoop down to their level, but y'all don't have nothing in common no more. So at that point is when you're gonna have to be like, fam, you don't think like I think. I got a family or whatever. Not even if you could be single. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. I'm just on a different level mature. Like, I'm just on a different mature level than you are. So we don't think alike when a lot of this stuff coming down, and you're becoming more of a liability than you are anything else. That's when you got to pull your friend to the side and give him, you know what I mean, shoot the fifth with him, and that's that. However that turns out, that's just how that turned out. But I don't think if y'all just hit, if y'all just day ones from A1 from day one, and y'all just been on level 10, you know what I mean, all of this time, and only one of y'all decide to mature, it's not even gonna work out. It's just like a relationship. Y'all not thinking the same way, so y'all don't have nothing in common no more. Because a billionaire gonna think like a billionaire. Like me and a billionaire, we don't have the same thing. Like we don't have nothing in common. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just how I think as far as mindsets and friendships and all of that other stuff. So all of your friends that you got, you're gonna have to figure out how to move with them, and move with them differently. And that's possible. You can still be a great friend and move with your friends differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I do, because I can't move with everybody the same. And that's just, to me, how that is. So to me, that's what I would say. Once one of y'all have realized that the friendship is just stale and it's just it's just been at the same place. You know what I mean? Then you got to pull them to the side.
Is it still because of their baggage, or is it still because of the person they are?
Either one. It doesn't even matter, right?
Well, maybe it does. Because now, if you're being stale because of baggage, that means there is shit internally that for whatever reason you have not dealt with, and you can't grow and won't do anything because you.
Well, the baggage is what we were talking about.
But I'm saying.
So yeah, it is.
But I'm just saying in terms of, because we, regardless of what gets cut out and what doesn't, we kind of got isolated on one person. So what I'm saying is, like, is it stale because of baggage, or if you take the baggage away, is it stale because that's just how their personality is, and does that make a difference?
Oh, it makes a difference. The reason it makes a difference because if it's still because of baggage, that's still something that you kind of can't blame them for, and you can kind of like help them along with that if they allow you to. If it's stale because that's the person they are, you have a decision to make before y'all even become friends.
Well, you might not be able to, because when you first get to know somebody, but then it's like you said,
once y'all realize,
after time goes on, you get to a certain point to where you're looking at shit and it's just like,
and both could be true. Both things could be true. If it's still because baggage, you're probably going to give somebody a different type of time limit to get over it and mature, whatever the case may be. If it's still because of the person they are, once you realize that you nip that in the bud immediately. Once you realize, like, what's that old saying? They say people going to show you who they are. It's up to you to believe them, or whatever it get. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. People will always show you who they are. Just make sure you trust it when you see it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes that a difference. If it's something from baggage that you just ain't dealt with mentally because nobody reached out and tried to do that, whatever the case may be, but you tried to help them and they allow you to help them, their time limit is going to be a little bit different than somebody that's just a dickhead. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just the person that they're choosing to be. The moment that you figure that out, you're gonna have to nip that in the bud. Because if you don't, it's gonna be a long day.
I went through it probably within the last couple of years. I had one friend who I was real close with. Some shit went down, and the way he handled it, I had to look at like 15 years of friendship, and I got to it.
That hurts.
And I basically had to tell that motherfucker, like, I can't rock with you no more, because it's like, what you did, like, and especially in that particular situation, because it involved another close friend, and it's like, if you did that to them, what the fuck would you do to my ass?
So whatever happened, did that happen because of the person he was, or because of the baggage?
That happened because of the person he was. It's funny how.
Okay. See, that's different.
But it's funny how it's funny how sometimes you can accept how a person is. And then one day you just see something. And then what you was willing to accept or how you dealt with it, but for whatever reason, you see it from a different angle. To admit, with any of my homies now, We go out here, we getting some shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have your back. But whatever we're fighting about, nigga, it better be worth it. You ain't, hey, because I'll be the first. Hey, what was that old joke Kevin Hart said? Talking about, he said, because sometimes you got to look at your boys like, wait a minute, what did you do?
Yeah, right.
So before we do this, like, wait a minute, what exactly did you do? Because if you come at me on some bullshit, I'm gonna look at you like, bro, we're not about to do this. Yeah, not for that.
Nah,
we're not about to do this.
Fact.
No, you got to come. It's got to be some real shit. You're not coming at me with no bullshit. In terms of like the second part, it's like you said, when it starts to fuck with your peace, that's when you really have to make a decision. Like, am I going to ignore this, or do I just cut this?
Another instance too is if the friendship has been stagnant or whatever the case may be, and then you get married and you got to change some stuff.
Well, that's due to. Well, yeah, you're right. Some shit's
it's gonna.
That's
change.
automatic. That's automatic.
That's
just like
you can't call me at 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm married and my kids and my wife is in the bed. I can't.
Like when the guy. Did you ever watch when they did the documentary on Kevin Hart?
Yes.
On Netflix.
Yes.
Remember the one guy when the shit happened in Vegas? The one guy, he said for a second he kind of blamed himself because he said if I would have been there, he probably wouldn't have cheated. Even Harry, he said he said when Kev called him, it's like, bro, I'm married now. I just can't go in the room and say I'm going to fucking Vegas. Like I can't. We got to plan this shit out. Yeah, but that's just
saying that changes things.
But that's more. That's more of being respectful of a person's situation than it is. Because no, that's a common sense thing. That's just like, okay, yeah, if I want to. I mean, you might not answer. I can call you at 4, 5, 6 in the morning,
right?
But you start really getting tight with a person. I can't just bust up over here like I got to be respectful of what you know what I'm saying.
But that's
also, common sense though.
But that also comes along with the friend too, because again, people are gonna be who they are. Mm-hmm. So if people are selfish, they're not gonna care. All they're gonna see is, oh yeah, we used to be A1s from day one. You know what I mean? Like, you should always have my back. But it's like, nigga, I'm not about to get out of my bed to come and rescue you on a drunken night.
This is why in some ways, and we talked about it when Jordan was here, this is why, in some, name drop Jordan was happening.
He'll be here this weekend too.
Is he really?
Yeah. We'll talk after.
Okay.
Because I was gonna tell you.
But this is why when it comes to some shit, I do embrace the cancel culture. Mm-hmm. Because life has just gotten too short now.
Yeah.
Because, like, people don't like to talk stuff out, and then it's like you said, nobody wants to talk or even have a regular fight.
Yeah.
It's automatically, and I'm not trying to judge people who own guns because I got guns, but I'm not automatically like,
yeah, you got your guns for protection.
We did things differently versus now. It is easier sometimes just to look at a motherfucker and be like, you know what?
You got it. Yeah.
I'm just done.
Yeah. Yeah, it is for real.
Now, are we too quick to do it? Like we were saying in that episode? Yeah, on some shit we are.
Yeah.
But I embrace it because with the way the world is now, and especially after just going through this corona shit, if you were the type of person who didn't appreciate your mental peace, you need to appreciate it now.
Yeah.
And I know for me personally, once you start fucking with my peace, I don't care who you are. Friend, family, co-worker, whatever. I gotta quit fucking with you. Because once you start interrupting this, that I'm losing power over myself at that point, and I can't let it. But yeah, it's so I think when it gets to a point when it starts fucking with your peace and how you do shit, you have to look at the situation and really decide how much.
So that was our little 2 cents on baggage. We're gonna call this baggage claim. You get 2 free bags on Southwest. But in Trenton's Tavern, all baggage is free. Right, Red?
Oh yeah.
You feel me?
Oh yeah.
This is a no judge zone. You feel me? So if y'all want to come on the show, let me know. We can arrange that, make it happen. But that's gonna be topic of the day. Red said he thinks we should hold off on sports talk because I don't keep up with the episodes, but I'm trying to do better. So we're going to go into sports talk right now. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to rewind the tape to see what what Red's predictions is, but he said he was pretty accurate. He
The
said he
only
was
one-
about
only one-
he said he
only-
was about 95% accurate.
Only one I'm not for sure on. Because who did you pick in Clippers Utah? Because I think we went opposite of each other.
I think I had the Clippers. I've always
Did you
had
pick the Clippers? So I
I'm
might
pretty
have
sure.
picked Utah.
I
Because we disagreed on. I think it was the Clippers. You said Denver would win. I said
I
Phoenix.
said Denver was gonna win that.
I said Atlanta would win. I think you agreed with me because he was still hurt. Remember, because we was talking about Joel Embiid because we kept saying.
Oh yeah.
So I think you went with me on that one, and I think we both thought Brooklyn was going to beat Milwaukee.
Yeah. I thought I had Brooklyn winning it all. So
For some
my
reason,
prediction
I had
done.
I had them getting there. I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't.
After
But they ain't there now, so it don't
Yeah,
matter.
it's a wrap.
They're going.
whatever. But I'm gonna have to rewind it. I'm gonna cut it up and go rewind the tape and see what Red said and put it right here in this part.
I'm gonna put this out. I said this before we started recording. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out here now so it's official. Do not be surprised if this championship, if it's the Hawks versus the Phoenix Suns, the way this shit is playing out.
Yeah, because now I think me and him picked like maybe the first round or second round. I can't remember which one we picked on.
We did both of them.
We did both.
Thank you for
Yeah.
calling,
Okay, so
please hold.
it kind of
The last episode was when we picked our second round ones.
okay, so it kind of leads up to this point. They're in the conference finals now, so it's now
Phoenix and the Clippers.
Phoenix,
and it's
yeah.
the Hawks
it's the Suns versus the Clippers and the Hawks versus the
and the fucking Bucks.
and the Bucks.
Yes.
So Red said there is no maybe or ifs or whatever.
I'm picking-
We're picking our finals right now.
I think Atlanta will beat Milwaukee. I wouldn't be shocked if it went 7 games. Atlanta, for whatever reason, is on this ignorant hot streak right now. I'm not the biggest believer in Giannis. Chris Middleton has played like shit the past 3 games. If he brings this slump into this series, Atlanta will beat the Hawks. And I'm picking the Suns to beat the Clippers. The Clippers without Kawhi will not beat Phoenix.
Okay, who wins it all? Who's your champion?
Phoenix and Atlanta. I got to roll with Phoenix because I'm pulling for Chris Paul.
Okay, so out of this Phoenix Clippers, I just said we can't go half and half. You are exactly right though.
If Kawhi was playing, I'm picking Clippers all day.
If Kawhi doesn't come back, Paul George is not carrying the Clippers to the championship. So I'm just gonna go with Phoenix on that one. I think the Bucks get over in Game 7 on Atlanta.
And if the Bucks do get there, I'm still picking Phoenix.
I'm
picking Phoenix to win it all.
I'm picking Milwaukee to win it all. That's the final. I was gonna pick Phoenix, but I want to go against you. And I do think if Giannis and them get past Atlanta, and Chris Paul does not come back.
He'll be back because he's only on protocol. He's not injured.
He's on protocol.
Yeah, he's only on
like COVID or something.
Yeah,
he's
not
be
injured.
back.
So the rest might be
Phoenix
good.
Probably going.
The rest might be good for him.
Kawhi has to come back in order to stop that. If he don't come back,
Right,
it's
that's what I'm
over.
saying. Yeah, if Kawhi was healthy and playing,
You might be right.
If Kawhi was healthy, I'm picking Clippers all day. But he's not.
Yeah, you might be right,
So I'm going Phoenix, and like I said,
I'm gonna pick the Bucks just to go against him. Whoever loses has to take 2 shots on the show, which is cool. But
we're drinkers.
he's right. He's going Phoenix. I think. Okay, so I'm going Bucks just for the sake of the shots. He's going Phoenix, right? But besides that, I think Phoenix is actually going to take it all. That Phoenix is my pick outside of the shots, but just for the sake of the show, I'm gonna just go Bucks in 7. You know what I mean, and then just leave it at that. Football's coming back. We got about another month, and then preseason will be here. Actually, in August, I think there's a few college games too. I think that's when college starts. So, y'all get our takes on that. You know what I mean? But right now, the NBA Finals is what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on in sports talk right now. We're gonna move on over to Cinema Sit Down. I've been watching some stuff, dog. First movie I watched, I guess is the most notable one, is that Kevin Hart fatherhood
I
joint.
heard that sucked.
Did you watch it?
No, I forgot. I forgot it even came out. Somebody said something to me about it last night.
Okay, so you just gotta watch it. It's subjective. It's not. It sucks because it's not Kevin Hart being Kevin Hart, but he said that this was the best acting job that he's ever done.
I think The Upside was his best acting job.
Me too. But this joint was like heart tugging, because basically what happened is him and his wife had a baby. And y'all, even though I'm telling y'all what's going on, y'all still gotta watch it to watch his acting in it. Him and his wife had a baby. She died on the table, or not too long after when they was trying to get her to get up and go walk. She ended up having like a blood clot go to her brain or something. She died. So boom, he don't get along with her mom, but his mom is in his life. His dad is not. Her mom and her dad is in his life. He don't get along with the mom at all. You know what I mean? Like, and the mom, you just got to go watch it. It's to me, I'm not gonna hold you. Kevin Hart being the person that he is, like the goofball that he is, and then him playing this type of role, like knowing how black families go through things, this was heart-wrenching for me. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I had to hold myself back from shedding a tear because the movie was really heart-tugging. It was just like, what's the one joint that people was talking about and they just hated it? Was it that last Denzel movie? But it wasn't that bad. Secret Little Things or whatever, All the Little Things or something like that. It was another one too.
You finally watched The Little Things?
That Denzel movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it the day it came out.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, the Kevin Hart movie is called Fatherhood. It's on Netflix right now. Go watch it. I mean, to me, it was a good movie, and I do think that he deserves some type of award for it because his acting. I mean, it was beautiful, and it was just like I can understand coming from another black man. You know what I mean, about how he was raising her and all of this stuff. But it was kind of like the roles reversed because, you know, the stigma is that black fathers don't be in their kid's life. You know what I mean? This time, the mom wasn't in his life. You know what I mean? And he had to do everything on his own, learn how about fatherhood on his own. So I would say go watch that. When you came in today, I was watching Wayward Pines.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like a Steven Spielberg, M. Night Shyamalan.
I can't say that dude.
You know, Shyamalan, whatever. That's their production. But if you like those little stories like The Hills Have Eyes and Children of the Corn, or like all of that horror, like sci-fi type stuff, in little towns, that's what this is about. Once you enter Wayward Pines, you can't get out. There's only one way to get out. You know what I mean? You got to figure out. They're trying to figure out why these people are in this town and all this other stuff. I like it. That's my bag, anyways. I seen A Quiet Place 2. Did you see the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I seen A Quiet Place 2. I think the first one was better, but this one wasn't that bad. Out of 1 out of 10, I'll give it a strong 8.5. I seen that, and I went and seen, what was the other movie that I seen? Oh, Spiral.
I heard that was terrible.
That movie was awful.
Was it? I was looking forward to seeing that too.
Yo, it was terrible. Like, and I told my little brother, like, me and him they got all of the Saw movies on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna come over here, we gonna watch Saw, and we just gonna chill all day and watch all of them. That Spiral that Chris Rock directed was awful, bro. I ain't gonna even hold you. I gave it like a 5. Changes up mad quick. But The House Next Door, Meet the Blacks 2, that's Mike Epps' movie. That's out right now. I haven't seen that yet. That Disney Cruella, with Emma Stone being Cruella, that jump looked mad good. I ain't gonna hold you. You can watch it on Disney Plus, but you're gonna have to pay $30. So it's cheaper to actually go to the theater and watch it for like or just stream it on Disney Plus for 30 days. It's like $30.
You got a subscription? Why am I paying?
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I don't like Amazon Prime when they do that shit. That's why I'm thinking about getting rid of. No, Bosch is on there. I gotta be able to watch Bosch.
Yeah, so that Cruella with Emma Stone, I'm gonna see that. I haven't seen it yet.
I have no desire to see that.
That new Conjuring, I'm done with those movies. I watched 1 and 2.
I did watch that.
You watched the new one?
I did. Remember I told you I was going to watch it. I
You
did.
did
It
tell
was,
me How was it? I don't. It's on HBO Max right now.
so this,
I
well, I guess all of them are based on somewhat true stories, but on this one, they actually have some of the footage from the, but so it dealt with possession.
That's
And
why
it dealt with a case to where a person tried to use saying he was under demonic possession when he committed the murder, and that they was trying to get him off. So it was like half horror, like half court. I mean, it was. If you're a fan of the Conjuring movies, it's worth a watch. To me, it wasn't as scary as the first two.
That second one had me having nightmares.
That second one was a
I
trip.
ain't gonna hold you.
But yeah, it was worth the watch to me, and it it showed the real people that all the characters were based on, and that guy ended up getting off. It was tripped out.
Okay.
It was.
I'm not watching it, so you're just gonna.
I thought it was good.
You're just gonna have to take Red's word for that one because I'm not watching it.
Yeah, I thought it was alright.
The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is out too with Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan
For
Reynolds.
some reason, am not looking forward to seeing that because I was not a fan of the first one.
Selma Hayek, Morgan Freeman. The first one was slow.
Yeah,
The whole movie was slow.
Yeah, and I'm not.
They took forever to
I mean,
do
when it gets to HBO or something, I'll probably watch it. I'm not gonna make a special trip to go fucking see it.
Facts. And The Heights. The Heights is like the modern day West Side Story.
Yeah, I have no desire to watch it.
I tried to watch it and then they started busting out in the songs. I was like, I'm good on this. So that's The Heights on HBO Max right now too. I think that's all I watched. I feel like I was watching something else.
I watched some shit on Netflix, but it was like a bunch of.
Who Killed Sarah? Season 2 is out.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, thank you. That's my weekend right there. Yeah, I'm like, hey.
Who Killed Sarah Part 2? Oh, that's what I needed you to watch. HBO Max, Mayor of Easttown. That's what I need you to watch, Red.
That was a fucked up ending.
Oh, you seen it? You seen
I told you
it?
I went and watched it that day. I watched all 5 episodes.
Did I told you about it?
Yeah, that was a fucked up ending.
Dog, that ending was crazy.
I had already so when it comes to shows like that,
that Mayor of Easttown.
I wait.
Yeah.
I wait till all the episodes are there because I know me, especially if I like it.
Binge that.
I ain't gonna want to wait till next week.
Yeah.
So I waited till all 5 got on there, and what? That was a fucked up ending. Yeah, that shit.
Yo, that ending was good, dogs. I'm not gonna lie to you. Wow.
Yeah, that was a fucked up. I was mad at you about.
Yeah, nah, that ending was different. It was just like The Undoing that they had.
The Undoing, you kind of saw that. But in The Undoing, you knew that motherfucker.
I didn't know it was a dad. I did not know it was a dad. I thought it was somebody else. In that one, I thought it was the kid because he was hiding stuff in his violin case and all of that.
Well, I'll put it to you like this: in The Undoing, at least for me, I thought it was either the dad or the kid. There were no other.
Yeah,
it was either the dad or the kid.
It might have been one other person. I might have thought it was
Easttown, nigga.
I did not see that, and you didn't either.
I didn't see that coming,
and that's why you saying that's a fucked up ending because you didn't see it coming. That shit was great, yo. Like that was one of the, and they don't even have to make a season 2.
No.
It's over with.
Let it be done.
They don't even have to make a season 2.
Let it be fucking done.
That was great. Mayor of Easttown. Great. Go watch it on HBO Max right now. Feel me? So, I think that's it for Cinema Sit Down, right? You ain't got to announce the music loop. There's a few things that came out. Migos Culture 3. It was alright. It was good. I ain't gonna lie. Emotional Oranges, the Juice Box, that's an EP. That's an EP. I'm sorry. I mean, if you're not with the Emotional Oranges,
I'm old. I feel like I don't even know some of these people.
What's up with you, man?
Who is
Emotional Oranges, man. You gotta.
That's the group. That's their name.
That's the name of that group.
Okay, yeah, I've never.
You're an emotional orange. You are, bro. Maroon 5 came out with Jordy Deluxe. That album is good, really, really good. Yeah, that album is really, really good. Let's see, my man Todd Dunley, he's a gospel artist. He came out with Anthems and Glory Live. If you like him, you can go download that. My man Somo came out with an album.
Did Somo finally drop? I like
Yeah,
Somo.
The Duality of Man.
I need to get that one.
It's pretty dope. And then her, I think this is her.
Is that the album out?
Okay, so this is her album, but this is the Apple Music edition of this album that dropped first.
Which means what?
She's gonna drop another one that's not the Apple Music edition, and it'll just be like, because when they do this, it's recorded in like Apple Music Studios or whatever. Like it's there'll probably be videos for all of this.
But it's a full album.
But it's an album.
Oh,
It's definitely an album.
Yeah, that's my girl.
You know what I mean? Like, so her drop that. I have to listen to it again because it's a long album. It's 21 songs.
That's my girl.
But this one ain't hit like her other one. Her very first mixtape that she put out.
It's still.
It didn't hit like that. But
Some people, when you just a fan.
Listen to it. Just listen to it.
No, I was going to say, well, just as long as it don't do me like DMX did, I'll be all right.
And this is supposed to be her debut album. So this is her back of my mind. Go listen to it because I'm just a her fan. And what else came out? Let me see real quick. Hold on 1 second. Gucci Mane came out with Ice Daddy. This is not my lane. Who else came out this week?
I had to take some of his shit off my phone. I didn't realize I had that much of his shit on there.
Gucci.
Yeah, and I don't like a lot of his stuff. I'm not with all that trap shit. I like, they have certain songs I like, but some of that shit gets so repetitive and just.
Yeah, so that's all I had for.
I'm still bumping my J. Cole like he came out.
Yeah, that J. Cole,
man.
man. If you're not listening to J. Cole, you just sleep.
It makes me wonder.
I can't help but.
I don't know if anybody saw it, and I'm here for it because he needs to do something. He's been gone long enough. There was this picture floating around on the. I don't know if it was neighborhood. I don't remember which vlog it was. It was Kendrick Lamar coming out of the studio.
He coming.
I'm like, please.
Kendrick's coming.
Like, come on. It's been like, what, 4 years?
Kendrick coming. SZA's coming. I think SZA gonna drop on my birthday, which is July 9th. That's when I'm predicting SZA.
I need Kendrick and I need Drake to stop fucking around and just drop the goddamn album.
Yeah, word. Drake announced his. I can't remember what it is, but
I think he changed it again.
He changed it again, but it's soon. It's this summer.
Giving us 3 songs.
Yeah, so I need Drake to drop. I need Kendrick to drop. I need J. Cole already did his thing. I need SZA to drop, and I need Rihanna to drop. My baby keep playing with me, man. I don't know what's up with her. But if I had a company over $6 billion or $6 million or whatever, $600 million, I wouldn't probably be making music either.
Rihanna do it. She'll get to that when she gets to it.
Exactly. She ain't thinking about nobody in no music, dog.
Jay-Z shit, like
for real.
I can still do it. I'll get there.
Do it. Yeah,
let me get this. Let me get all this shit over here.
That's exactly what that is.
I ain't mad at that.
Like my business worth $600 million. Oh yeah, I ain't worried about no music no more. That's just me. But yeah.
And then you look at the people she got sponsoring her shit.
Yeah.
Like every time Meg to step, man,
it's crazy. You feel me? But yeah, that's it for Music Loop. So I guess that moves on over to Cheers. You ready?
Yeah, that's it. We're done. For the day.
Take a shot of this Jolly Rancher stuff.
Already took a shot.
You gotta take another one.
God damn it. Stop pouring because you'll try to fuck around.
Pour more than
Nigga,
that.
You ain't got but that little bit right there. It's a shot glass.
Pour more than that.
You are a fucking bully, dude. When did you get like this?
All right, cool.
God,
Cheers and y'all out. Yeah. Thanks for all of the support and everything. We'll be back with another episode next week. Maybe a special guest or two. You feel me? Just stay tuned. It's Trent's Tavern. That's what we do.
I'll let y'all.
We out.
Please call me.